boy never eats peaches, yet every day he collects peach fuzz in his pen cap. When he passes by the butler, he gently shakes the pen cap, scattering peach fuzz onto the butler. This causes the butler to cough incessantly due to an allergy. She can only go to the hospital to see a doctor. Thus, the butler fell for the family's devious scheme. At that moment, the father, who is the driver, suddenly appears, quietly taking a photo of the butler coughing with his cell phone. Then, he deliberately shows the photo to the mistress, falsely claiming that the butler has contracted a severe case of tuberculosis. Seeing that the mistress is a bit skeptical, the father seizes the opportunity to send a text message to his daughter, which reads that the mistress will be home in 3 minutes. Upon seeing this, the tutor's daughter instantly understands the situation, and immediately takes out the prepared peaches from her school bag, and again scatters peach fuzz onto the working butler. After the mistress returns home and sees the butler coughing violently, the family's misdeeds do not stop. Seeing the butler frantically rush to the restroom, the father once again seizes the opportunity to squeeze tomato ketchup onto the tissue that the butler discarded. By the time the mistress walks over, she sees that the toilet paper is soaked in blood. Thus, the butler is wrongfully branded as a tuberculosis patient. Consequently, the mistress expels the butler from the mansion. Subsequently, the father recommends a new butler to the mistress. Little does she know that the new butler is actually his wife. In this way, the entire family, through despicable means, all become servants in the wealthy family's home, living like parasites. The next day, the wealthy family goes camping, and they all end up staying in the mansion. Not only do they take baths in the owner's bathtub, but they also constantly roll on the king-size bed, and even ransack all the food and fine wine from the refrigerator, as if they truly considered this place their own home. In the evening, the doorbell suddenly rings. It turns out that the butler who was expelled yesterday has come to the door. She says that in her hasty departure, she forgot to take her belongings. Seeing the pitiful appearance of the former butler, the mother, without thinking much, opens the door for her. Little do they know that this act will plunge them into utter ruin. After the former butler walks towards the liquor cabinet, she doesn't come out for 10 minutes. To find out what the former butler is actually doing, the mother decides to go down and see for herself. Who would have thought that she would discover hidden secrets inside? After taking dozens of turns, the mother finally sees the former butler. It turns out that the former butler's husband had committed a homicide several years ago, and had been hiding in the mansion's basement for 4 years. Upon seeing this, the mother wants to call the police, and the former butler immediately begs for mercy, even offering her some money in hopes that she wouldn't divulge the matter. While the family listens with rapt attention nearby, someone accidentally slips and falls down the stairs. The former butler does not understand why these people have appeared in this place, so she picks up her phone and starts recording. It is not until she hears the boy cry out "Dad" in pain, that the former butler realizes she was caught in the family scheme that led to her dismissal. At that moment, the situation takes a dramatic turn. The former butler takes out the recording and begins to blackmail the family, claiming dominion in the living room along with her husband, and even forcing the family to kneel and repent. Taking advantage of their momentary inattention, the family charges in and subdues them, then seizes the phone and begins to delete the recording. Just then, the phone suddenly rings. As it turns out, the mistress has returned home ahead of schedule, and she is due to be home in 10 minutes, and she instructs them to prepare a serving of fried noodles with soybean paste. The family quickly begins to divide the tasks, with the daughter in charge of cleaning, while the older brother and father are responsible for dragging the 2 old parasites down to the basement, and the mother, as per the mistress's instructions, starts making fried noodles with soybean paste in the kitchen. They thought that everything was arranged flawlessly, but little did they know, as soon as the mistress returns home, the former butler breaks free from her restraints in the basement. She musters all her strength in an attempt to rush to the living room for help.